Special thanks to Paul Wickersham, Lisa Naring for kind of getting this whole thing going back in March. I think it was sometime in then when we started the talking about what we were going to do for Don. We had everything from putting a clock up here to whatever. And Mike Wallace came up with the idea of putting it here with a nice patio and stuff. So that was excellent. Jeff Cordair for the donation of the wonderful bench that we have out there today that they're sitting on. And especially to Mike Wallace, who put so much hard work and love into planning and construction of this project. Don would have been embarrassed, but pleased. And he would have told all of us that. So, Mike, where's Mike Wallace? Mike, I know you're hiding somewhere. Mike, run up for a minute. Mike picked the 3 hottest weeks of the year to do this project, so we got you something. We know you like going out to breakfast in the morning, so we got you a little gift certificate.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Mike just mentioned to me that we do have a plaque going on the top that's going to say Warner's Corner, so that's going to kind of finish it off. Betty, you want to come up and speak, and I can finish up?
I just had a couple things I wanted to say, and I'm telling you in advance in case I forget. I wanted to say a couple things about Don, and then I wanted to say a couple things about the clock. And mostly what I wanted to say about Don was that, as you know, he had a big, big heart that just expanded. And in that heart, he had a very special place for many of you who are here. And I hope you know and I hope you know who you are. He had a special place in his heart for so many of you. And then about the clock. So I heard about the clock. I was up here one day dropping something off, and Mark handed me a piece of paper, and I probably mumbled something like, "Oh, that's nice." And then the next time I heard about the clock was in P. Barry's, Ernie Sabella, and said to me, "What do you think about the clock?" And I said, "Oh, I think that's a good idea. It's very appropriate." And I probably went on a little bit about how I believe that our family, over all the years, prepared Don to be your starter. All the get up, get up, get up, the lift is about to open. We have to be first in line. Get up, get up, get up. You don't want to have to pick any place that's just left over at the beach to put your blanket. Get up, get up. So I think we prepared him, and I thought a clock was probably a good thing. Then the next thing that was said about the clock was somebody asked me, what would Don think? And my response was, I think he would think it would be okay, but mostly he'd think, don't make a fuss about me. Mostly he would be like, don't make this fuss. So now I look at this clock, it's here. All of you folks are here to dedicate it. And I think what he would say if he were here would be something like, first of all, I think he would be very humbled at this expression of care for him. I think he would be overwhelmed and humbled, and yes, a little embarrassed. But the other thing, I think he would be astonished. I think he would be pleased and astonished at this. And so thank you all very much for this tribute. On behalf of my family and myself and Don, we thank you for this tribute, and we thank you for being here today.
As you can see on the table, we have some of Don's little treats here. Don loved bringing in candy, giving treats to Bella, and Don's name is on the Ladies Warner Cup tournament that they run every year. So he'll always be part of this. This dedication ceremony is a time to celebrate and remember Don Warner. Don loved Simsbury Farms and the people here. I met Don 16 years ago, and our friendship grew greater each year. He wasn't just a starter here. He wore many hats. And he'd be the first to tell you that hat doesn't fit my head. He was a member and treasurer of the men's club. He was the bag tag maker for the ladies club and the Geritons. He was the candy man. But most of all, he was Bella's best friend. And to our delight, he complained about each roll. If you ask my staff about Don, 2 words would always come up: storyteller. Don loved telling stories and retelling stories, either about the war, his car, Graham or Katie, but most of all, his health. Don loved when a new person started working in the shop. He would sit in the chair, cross his arms, and have the person's ear for hours. A friend of Don's, Tom Shea, who's here today, visited Don at McLean's, and he came over one time, and I said, "How'd it go, Tom?" And he said, "Well, I went there for lunch and ended up staying for dinner." So you know how long he was there for. Finally, we had a post or a review that came in on July 5th, 2014, and it was written, and I'll give it to you. My husband and I played here yesterday. We just love the place with its seamless integration of friendly service and gorgeous natural surroundings. Our starter, Don, was incredibly accommodating, making our time at Simsbury Farms a quality experience that included exceptional service and a comfortable atmosphere. We will definitely be back again. And Betty Warner, thank you for writing that review. I appreciate it. All right, so if no one else would like to talk, and I didn't ask anybody before if they want to talk, I think it's time to kind of unveil the clock. Betty, you want to come up, or Katie, or somebody in? Get a girl, Katie.
No.
I think so. All right, Don, your Simsbury family honors you and remembers you with this clock. We think you would be pleased. Rest in peace. Don never ran the starting sheet on time anyway, so he was too busy talking. Mike Wallace. We haven't met him. All right, folks. Manny in the restaurant has donated some coffee and some bagels. So after, if you'd like to stop in, please stop in there. But again, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out today. I think this is what Simsbury Farms is all about. I've been here 19 years, and each year it gets better and better. And I think it shows with the work that is done by Mike Wallace and the staff, and how people come up here and treat the golf course. So I thank you, and I appreciate you all coming out.